Paul McNamee, UK editor of The Big Issue, and Charlotte Griffiths, editor-at-large of The Mail on Sunday. Welcome back to both of you.
Thank you.
We're kicking off with an article about the four-day week, and this is a council has adopted it, but not everyone's happy about it.
Not everyone's happy because somebody is getting something better than them. That's basically it. It's South Cambridgeshire District Council who have implemented a four-day week for their staff, and they say that it's working out very well, that they can do as much work within those 4 days as had been done in 5 days. There are 700 office staff and refuse workers that continue to receive full pay for a 32-hour week because productivity is working. But as you said, it is annoyance from the public who say, well, why should they get to do that when I can't do that?
But and also they say, we're paying council tax, we're paying your wages, and you're...
But I guess the argument is, well, the work has been done, and in fact, it's been done better. And there are some pieces of information that they say that, well, we have got rid of a lot of the problems with reduced redundancies because people are staying for longer, which means we don't have such a turnover of staff. Council house repairs have been completed more quickly and complaints are responded to on time. So they say it's a real positive.
I think it's so fascinating, the research into a four-day week, isn't it? Because there is some evidence that people are as productive. They kind of talk about a better work-life balance, less fatigue, more focus, perhaps means that people squish into 4 days what they would have done in 5 and feel happier about it.
Yes, I mean, they've quoted somebody here saying it's not possible to do 100% of the work at 80% of the time. But I have to say, I sort of agree with you. I think happier employees are more likely to stay, less likely to have burnout. But Tom Witheray of The Times is very clever because he has pointed out that Liz Watts, who's organised this 4-day week, has a £900,000 home with a pool and a conservatory, and on Fridays doesn't work. So they're speculating that during the heat wave she was relaxing by her pool and not working very hard. But, you know, I have to say I sort of agree, as somebody who myself I've just gone on to 4 days. It does help with the burnout factor, and, you know, life is more and more difficult, especially in London. You know, you kind of do need that day to decompress, that extra time.
Yeah, I'm sure people all around the country will say it's hard for them as well.
Yeah,
but,
yeah. Living standards are going down, and you need to find another way to, and so are salaries. You need to find a way to address that balance.
It is an ongoing series of. There are an ongoing series of trials for 4-day weeks with different companies. There was a longer one for 70 companies about 2 years ago. There's one for 17 companies in Britain now who have implemented 4-day weeks, and they say it's working out fine. Given where we are with AI taking jobs, given where we are with concerns over salaries and retention of staff, I think it's going to become something that more and more organisations will look at.
Yeah, really interesting. And maybe it's different with private companies. Some people feel that if it's civil servants and they're, you know, essentially paying their wages, they might feel differently about it. I don't know.
Yeah, she earns £130,000 a year, and let's not forget that.
OK, let's move on to an article inside The Express, which is focusing on the Prince of Wales playing polo.
Yes, well, all the papers carry this photo of Prince William playing polo yesterday. And it's just a bit of an interesting talking point because, of course, you expect the royal princes to play polo, possibly, maybe in their youth. But now, you know, Prince William's moving into a new phase. He's the Prince of Wales. He's looking ahead when he's the monarch. He's trying to modernise himself, even the way he dresses at the state banquet with Macron. He's trying to come across as more of a modern member of the royal family. But here he is playing polo, the most old-fashioned sport of kings. I think, personally, from a PR perspective, of course he is doing it for charity and he raised £1 million. I don't think it's great imagery to have across all the papers today, especially as, you know, part of his campaign is running the Duchy of Cornwall, is he's releasing homes to help with homelessness in Cornwall and in Newquay. So he's about to unveil later this summer 24 homes near Newquay. And it's just that kind of contrast, isn't it, between being a campaigner for homelessness and also playing on these polo ponies. They're worth a fortune, these polo ponies. You have to have at least 4 of them per player. And it's a very old-fashioned, incredibly elitist sport in this day and age.
Would you agree with that?
Well, I agree that he is trying to present himself differently, and he is doing an awful lot with homelessness. With Homewards, his organisation, they've got a 5-year strategy to try and, as they say, get to the ends of homelessness. I don't think they're going to solve homelessness in 5 years. A lot of other people have tried. But I think it comes from a good place for him. He's getting the right sort of people together. He's asking the right sort of questions. He has got 6 key projects across the country that he's looking for investment in. Does it matter that he plays polo? I don't think they should be playing polo anyway. I think it's cruel on these beautiful horses. I think people are always going to say, well, look, you're the prince, you're going to be king. What do you really know about poverty and homelessness? That question is always going to be asked. And I think that perhaps he could do a little more in the Duchy of Cornwall rather than just 24 homes. Or he could do something with his palaces, open them, find ways to make sure that they're used for people who are in poverty. With him playing polo, maybe it'll just be age that'll stop it. It looks really, really hard. And he's 43, and I think he's, you know, much as it's cruel to the horses, I guess he's doing well to get to the end, although he does look quite red-faced.
They call it rugby on horseback. It actually is very, very physical, despite the fact the horse is doing all the work. It's physical for the players as well, yeah.
I'll have to take your word for it, having barely ever sit on a horse, let alone play polo. Very briefly, a quick look at Oasis's concert tour. It's doing really well for them, and they're back in the charts.
It's doing very well for them. They 3 of their albums in the top 5, and it does also look like they'll stick about $1 billion into the UK economy, which is going to help Rachel Reeves no end.
Even tattoo parlours around Cardiff and Manchester are seeing a sort of surge in customers.
That's really interesting, the knock-on effect.
Yes.
I'm not sure if they did it for that reason or for Rachel Reeves, but it's certainly going really well, isn't it? They played Heaton Park last night very successfully. Nice to see you both. See you soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm Stephen Murphy, and I'm Sky's Ireland correspondent based here in Dublin.
The waters of Ireland